Nehemiah had been burdened by God and commissioned by the king to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. But he had enemies who were determined to hinder and discourage the work. Has God given you a directive for life, such as honor your father and mother, love one another, flee youthful lusts, or meditate in the law of God day and night? Do you find that there are many people and things that would like to hinder or discourage you from sticking to these tasks? Nehemiah's enemies tried to hinder him in many ways. They mocked him. Chapter 4, verses 2 and 3, it says that he spake before his brethren and the army of Samaria and said, "What do these feeble Jews? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of the rubbish which are burned?" Now Tobiah the Ammonite was by him, and he said, "Even that which they build, if a fox go up, he shall even break down their stone wall." They also conspired to fight against Nehemiah and his workers. Chapter 4, verse 8, it says, "And conspired all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it." They were trying to hinder his work. They determined to kill the workers. In verse 11 it says, "Our adversaries said, They shall not know, neither see, till we come in the midst among them and slay them, and cause the work to cease." They also tried to deceive Nehemiah with kindness and offers of peaceful talks. This is in chapter 6, verses 2 through 4. "That Sanballat and Geshem sent unto me, saying, Come, let us meet together in some one of the villages in the plain of Ono. But they thought to do me mischief. And I sent messengers unto them, saying, I am doing a great work, so that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease while I leave it, and come down to you? Yet they sent unto me 4 times after this sort, and I answered them after the same manner." They also tried to slander Nehemiah's reputation and threatened to tell the king lies about him. Verses 6 through 8 say that he received a letter wherein was written, "It is reported among the heathen, and Gashmu saith it, that thou and the Jews think to rebel, for which cause thou buildest the wall, that thou mayest be their king, according to these words. And thou hast also appointed prophets to preach of thee at Jerusalem, saying, There is a king in Judah. And now shall it be reported to the king according to these words. Come now therefore, and let us take counsel together." They tried to falsely accuse him in this letter and blackmail him into stopping the work. And Nehemiah replied, "Then I sent unto them, saying, There are no such things done as thou sayest, but thou feignest them out of thine own heart." They also tried to spread fear in the heart of the workers and Nehemiah. Verse 9 says, "For they all made us afraid, saying, Their hands shall be weakened from the work, that it be not done." They sent false prophets to prophesy lies against Nehemiah. He denounces that prophet. He says, "Lo, I perceived that God had not sent him, but that he pronounced this prophecy against me, for Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. Therefore was he hired, that I should be afraid and do so and sin, and that they might have matter for an evil report, that they might reproach me." So they tried to cause Nehemiah to sin, and they wanted him to join them in hiding in the house of God, and he was not going to join them in that. But Nehemiah was unstoppable because he had received orders from God, and God hadn't changed those orders yet. Nehemiah was content with that, though it wasn't easy, and he was not looking for a change of orders. Balaam, on the other hand, was a man looking for a change of orders. He didn't like God's answer of no, so he entertained the messengers of Balak again, and he asked God again for another answer. If he truly was a man of God, he could have called down fire from heaven on those messengers, just like Elijah did on the captains of 50s who came to take him to the king. Instead, Balaam got his change of orders, but later in the book of Numbers, we find out that God records Israel killed Balaam when they conquered the city that he lived in. Another man seeking a change of orders is the unnamed prophet from Judah in 1 Kings 13. God's orders were, prophesy against King Jeroboam, and return to Judah by a different way, don't eat or drink in the city where you're at. When someone offered that an angel had given a different orders, this prophet welcomed a change of orders, but it cost him his life. Nehemiah and Elijah were unstoppable in their work because they accepted God's orders no matter the level of difficulty. They were content and not looking for a change of orders. As a result, God blessed them with power and authority and strength to defeat their enemies and accomplish their work. What about you? When the going gets rough in your spiritual life, are you looking for a change of orders? Are you content with the work God has given you and the standards He's told you to hold, especially in areas like moral purity, daily disciplines, working on relationships in your home, or even faithful church attendance? Don't let anything hinder or discourage you in obeying those orders until God changes them. Be unstoppable.